Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my Gig-Olos and Gig-Olettes. It's me, Gio. Y'all know who the fuck it is. Alright. Alright, we're gonna do a weekly. So I know I said I was gonna do the 2 weeks. Let's go do the breakdown of the previous 2 weeks. And I did. I did do a breakdown, and then for some fucking reason I tried for hours. It would not export on my iPhone. Like, it only took me like 20 minutes to edit. It didn't even take. So I'm just like, oh god. So yeah. Looks like that video's not coming out. But 2 weeks ago, the week ending the 2nd, I believe, it was like 1,700 something, and I only drove like 700 miles or less. Last week, previous week before that, I made like 16 something, and I drove maybe 800 miles. So I did okay the previous 2 weeks, before last week. I remember my total earnings for those 2 weeks was like 33 something. And I'll go into the breakdown of last week right now. It's actually not a bad order on Grubhub. You know what? We'll leave it for now. I gotta make this video. Okay. All right. So again, I apologize for that. I don't like doing the AZ screen recorder videos. I just think they're so low quality. Oh yeah, and by the way, check out Cover. First 30 days free if you use my code. Cover is a resource for gig workers around the country. Income protection in the event of collision, hospitalization, and deactivation, and maybe even a chance to get reactivated after you've been deactivated with a service that Cover offers. So there you go. And I have mentioned this before. I have talked to the people at Cover. They are open to feedback. I gave them a couple ideas of directions they should be going in the future. Hopefully they take my input and apply it. Maybe not, maybe so. We shall see. So, all right. So this was for last week. I should have written down sloppily what all the totals were, but I kind of did. You'll see on the one calculator screenshot. So last week, 111, I got a full house, 1s over 8s, in 7 hours and 52 minutes. Horrible. But I remember one of those days, I think it was Wednesday, I think I had my app on for 2.5 hours without a single ping. And then Thursday Thursday was the only day I made like $20 in 2 hours, and then I made the rest on Sunday. So I only did rides 2 out of 7 days last week. So yeah, nothing too impressive. And obviously it's all earnings, there's no referrals. Yeah. I wanted to show you guys all of my different earnings on TaskRabbit, not including but there's not a really great way of doing it. So these are all the earnings starting from the week starting the 10th to the 16th. My first one there, I know I covered up the earnings. It's that one was, the invoice was $202, I believe. But we're gonna cut that one in half because I had a helper meet me for that one, and I gave him cash for the other half. So that one was like 100 something. I think if not, we could take that off the total in the calculator. So that was the first one, 56.75, 52.94, 146.25. That was all on the 12th and 13th. I forget the numbers on that one. 135, 45, 105. Not bad. The 105 one, that one was the one where they paid me 2 hours, even though they only did 20 minutes of work, and they added a tip and a nice review. So yeah. And then that was the last one I did. So that one was also 1 hour invoiced with a tip added on top. Okay. And then that was the total I made on Amazon. I made $309 in 3 days. That was all instant offers, I think. 14, 13. And the top two are those, if you guys remember last week, the fresh blocks I did in Naperville. I did not get a tip on the first one that actually had 3 deliveries. I thought that one was going to be like 50. So I don't know if maybe the tipping option has not been enabled yet for the fresh deliveries, or just I did such a horrible job I didn't deserve a tip. And the second one, obviously no tips, because that was a dud. I didn't even get any assigned stops for that one, so did not expect tips on that one. So I pretty much got paid $30 for an hour and 15 minutes to sit in the boiling hot sun. Exciting, I know, yeah. So 309 plus 4, I should say, plus 60, so 369.50, 13, 382.50, 14, 396.50 total on Amazon last week. And then, yeah, okay. And that was my trip meter ending. I reset it yesterday. 650 miles. That was for 7 days, guys. I'm driving less and less and making more and more, primarily because of Amazon and TaskRabbit. Today, I actually drove. I got a task at 1 p.m. I haven't done anything else, so I figured might as well eat miles, do deliveries for an hour and change, and then go do the task and hopefully get some other offers, because, like, yeah. But it's, you really don't know. Wait, Amazon sent me a thing, didn't they? I barely got any reserves offers. I got 2, I think. Hold on a second. Ha, logistics. That's not happening. All right. So that's my trip meter, 600. Again, that's less than 90 miles a day. So I only spent probably, I'll go to my calculator right now. Let's go to my calculator. Where's my calculator? Boom. So, wait, let's go to the total of the thing first. So this was the total amount. Okay, I did, yeah. So $397 was the total on Amazon. $111.88 was the total on Lyft. I did cut in half the first task, and the rest of those are the payouts for the rest of the tasks. So $1,256.48 in 1 week. Honestly, I did such a horrible job tabulating the hours. Yeah. So not the most, not the least, but I also had 4 days last week where I made less than $200. Like Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, I came home with less than $200. But also, really did not work that much last week. Last week was maybe 45 hours. Yeah. Definitely not even 50. So let's go back to my calculator app here. 1256. I wish it was 1556. 0.48 divided by 658. So I made $1.90 a mile. Okay, $1.90 a mile, really not bad. So I mean, you can honestly make the argument that those Naperville fresh blocks kind of fucked me a little bit, because I remember I had to drive for the first one. I think I had to drive like 30 something miles and probably 29 miles going home. So it's a 60-mile commitment to make, and not including the miles driven for the first block. There's a 60-mile commitment to make $60. Okay, And now we can tabulate the cost of fuel. So I think my MPG right now, the average is 22. So let's do 658 divided by 22. So I drove 29 miles, and we'll charge that by, or 20. So I used 29 gallons of fuel last week, sorry. And average cost of fuel, I think, was about $2.30. It might have been less, could have been more. Let's just do average. So that was my total fuel cost last week, right? Like, and me and the girlfriend, we've been going to this one grocery store lately where I've been getting all of my necessities, I want to call them. That's where I get my energy drinks, my Gatorades. And so I'm only spending maybe like literally $7 to $10 on food, you know, like snacks, you know, stop and get a couple cheeseburgers from McDonald's. I'll get a candy bar or something. So really not like my costs really went down last weekend. I looked at my bank account and I was like, whoa, that's what I'm talking about. Made some fucking money last week. So yeah, I only spent, that's literally what, 6% of my earnings went towards fuel, when if I was doing straight ride share, that would probably be closer to 13 or 14%. So my fuel costs were literally cut in half. I mean, back when rideshare was cranking, if we go back in time a year ago, I was probably, that fuel cost would have been covered in 2.5 days. So I'm driving way less stress in the car. Yeah, so TaskRabbit, that's pretty much all TaskRabbit. I gotta thank TaskRabbit for it. So yeah, I'll do a better job of starting today. I'm definitely gonna do a better job of counting my hours door to door, and I'll make a note of it. So when I do have like a $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 week, I want you guys to be like, okay, yeah, it definitely took all of 50 hours, all of 60 hours. You know, that's I mean, always the case, guys. It's so rare to make, you know, doing gigs, you know, unless you're like that one guy I know who does TaskRabbit, who does electrical work. Like he can make $500, $600, $700 a day, but he's also an electrician. He knows what he's doing, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. If you got the skill set and people want to pay you, awesome. But if you're just doing regular deliveries and Amazon, Instacart, all that stuff, yeah, you're pretty much, you can only make so much, you know. So yeah, all right, guys, that's all I got. I hope you all enjoyed the video. $1,200 something and probably less than 50 hours. I honestly don't even know, because like Saturday I only worked like 3. Hold on, let's do this real quick. Monday was less than 4. Tuesday was like 4. Saturday was like 3.5 max. I left the house at 8:30. No. Yeah, I left the house at 8:30. It's actually a decent order. I was back home by 11 something. So yeah, that was like less than 3 hours. Sunday, I think I only worked 7, maybe 8. No, yeah, doorstep 8. So 16 Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday. 19 was Saturday. I don't even think I did 40 hours last week. All right, I'm gonna take this Chipotle order. All right, guys. Yeah. All right, I got an hour and a half to work before I have to get to the next gig. You gotta be flexible if you're a gig worker. You know, I hope all of you, if you're still working, if you're still hustling, running gigs right now, I hope you're not just doing rideshare. I hope you're not just doing food delivery. I hope you're not just doing Instacart. That you're not just doing Amazon. Because if you are limiting your earnings. Absolutely. I can say that with 100% confidence. if you're not running apps at different times, if you're not juggling apps right now during the time of the pandemic and unemployment running out and 20,000 bums turning their apps back on, then you're in for a rough ride. You know, if you're just a NISCAR shopper, you're just an Amazon driver, you're just a Uber and Lyft driver, you're just a DoorDash driver. No, guys. I can't do it all for you. Obviously, you have to learn the patterns. You have to know when to do it for yourself. Like, for example, if I'm going to do food delivery, I'm only going to do it during the lunch and dinner rushes. And usually I'm not out late enough to do dinner rushes. So, can't do your homework for you, but I hope you all find the pattern, okay? Hope you all find the pattern so you can make the most in the least amount of time, not kill yourself out here, all right? So, yeah. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank you all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay healthy, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.